We are live on this beautiful Friday. It's a Friday, man. Thank God it's Friday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray that you and your family are super blessed on this beautiful Friday, guys, as this is, as it says in the title, an emergency live stream because Bitcoin is, in fact, getting another big move down today. We've gotten another move down of about another 5% after yesterday's initial move down from the short setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord well in advance. We've been waiting for this, guys, for weeks. I took this trade live yesterday in the VIP New York Open stream, and man, it has turned out to be a pretty nice trade. Shout out to everybody in the chat. May God bless you all. We're going to be getting into this. We're going to be talking about the targets that we have here. I'm going to be talking about exactly how I'm trading this now, what we are needing to be looking for in the future. And yeah, may God bless you all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Joel H, going back to 50K. Shout out to Chris Peters. Shout out to Suicidal Trader. Shout out to King of Trades. Shout out to Straightway Life. Been bearish for a while, and so far Straightway Life has been correct. Shout out to Overcome. I hope we either go up, down. Enough of this sideways BS. Shout out to Steam Bun J. The weekend is going to be painful. A 3-day weekend, that's true. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday in America, so there is no New York Open. Shout out to Joker's Wild. People think it's never going under 30K again. Delusional. Shout out to Jumpman Crypto. All these 28K, 32K. I bet none of you even have a 0.5 Bitcoin. Shout out to Gemo, he's bullish. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. He says, y'all are high, 28K. All right, guys. Shout out to everybody in the Casper Crew taking the juicy trade setup. Man, we have been honestly waiting for this. We're going to be talking about this. Guys, this is something. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, because look, I have been publicly talking about this. I made a video the day before the ETF came out warning about this exact thing, all right? So if you're not subscribed to the channel, you're missing out on important updates. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are well on our way to 200,000 subscribers. As you can see, we're only 91,000 subscribers away from 200,000. That's such a small number. And also, guys, if you want to join the Casper Crew, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. In the community, guys, we have a mini course for beginners. We have multiple instructors giving you their setups, their ideas, streaming multiple times a day. We also have educational content here if you want to learn how to use an order flow chart. If you want to complete all-in-one package on how to start trading, we've got 2 amazing courses here. Check it out, guys, jasoncaspertrading.com. Also, I am currently trading on ZoomX and MEXC. Links in the pinned comment and the description of this video. Those are the platforms I'm trading on where you can trade in the United States without KYC. All right. Let's see who we got in the chat today. Shout out to Lit Dog. He's long from 43,400. Shout out to Red Elephant. What is up? Shout out to Gemo. Are you dumb? He's bullish. Everyone's bullish. Everyone's bearish. Shout out to Greg. Every bull here sounds like Cryptos R Us being Mega Bull from 69K to 15K. Alrighty. Shout out to Suicidal Trader. You deserve 1 million subscribers. Shout out to Big Butts 28. She says on 1 million subs, we're going to do a Big Butts 28 reveal. Shout out to DJ Krillo. Shout out to Gimme. I'd subscribe twice if I could. Best TA on the YouTube, man. That's amazing. Shout out to Cool Mallard. Shout out to IREM. Short. Shout out to OG Blockchain. What is going on, OG Blockchain? Shout out to Crypto Trappa. What is going on, Crypto Trappa? Shout out to Am Adaptable. What is going on? God bless you all. Guys, if we can get 1,000 likes within the first half hour of the stream, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT, okay? Guys, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, all right? I'm putting my neck out here. I'm showing you guys my trades, right? These are trades we've been planning for in the Casper Crew Discord. I've been giving this analysis on YouTube for free now for literally 2 weeks, talking about the symmetrical triangle breakout with the target of about this area, looking for a short, all right? So you guys don't want to miss the juice, because today we are going to be getting into the analysis. We're going to talk about what is happening right now we're going to talk about what I am looking for next, because we have just now put in our first potential more macro bearish sign on this Bitcoin chart. Now, again, I am not a mega bear. I am bullish on Bitcoin for the long term. I hold a lot of Bitcoin on spot, guys. Okay, I hold quite a bit of Bitcoin on spot, and I'm still holding my long trades from lower. Okay, you can see here I have not even closed out. I still have $100,000 long on Bitcoin. I've made about 0.6 Bitcoin on the trade, and I could have made almost a whole Bitcoin on the trade, but I'm still holding the position, potentially even looking to add at certain places. We're going to get into that. And yeah, the short trade, guys, obviously super dang juicy. Yeah, the short trade, we've already locked in quite a bit of P&L here. So I've locked in so far about almost $7,000, about $7,000 of realized on this. So guys, man, we are doing well on these trades. All right, shout out to the Casper crew, because I know you guys are taking these as well. Shout out to Always Leveraged. Shout out to Ty033, Squeeze It Baby. Shout out to Bearded Buffalo. He loves the real JC and has been supporting the crypto JC for a couple years. Shout out to Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, if you speak Hebrew. Yeah, shout out to Jesus, all right? Because he is the reason for everything, period. The creator of all things, the sustainer of all things, the one who gives us the power to acquire wealth, and who blesses us with every good thing in life. All right, shout out to Gmo. He says 46K within the next few hours. Shout out to G Immortal. I want to see shorts get burned. Why is that a key level? We'll talk about it, Stunt Biz. We're going to get into it, guys. We are going to get into why this is a key level, why we're currently getting a bounce here. I'm going to talk about all these things, guys. So let's get into the analysis. All right. First of all, guys, I do have to say that, let's pop on over to another chart. Okay, so I did take a loss today as well, trying to long the golden pocket. I took a loss. All right, this highlights the importance of good risk management, guys. Okay, we've been doing really well in here the past few days, mostly in the green. This is now my second loss that I've taken since basically this entire week, right? Now, this really highlights the fact, guys, that if you are trading these charts, it's so important that you have plans in advance, right? First of all, we need to have plans in advance. So every trade I take, there's a reason for it. The reason I'm short is because I had a plan for it, right? I was looking for this trade for quite some time, all right? But what's also very important, guys, is that when we are looking for trades, all right, when we are taking trades, we need to make sure that we're using good risk management, okay? If you lose about 1% of your stack per trade, let's say, give or take, you lose 1% of your whole account per trade, you can still do well. So for example, I took a loss today from the account. I lost 1% on my account. The 7-day P&L is still up 13%. This is what is so key if you want to do this long term, all right? Understanding the risk management, understanding that losses are going to happen and you need to keep those low relative to your profits, okay? So let's talk about what has happened here with the Bitcoin price action, all right? First of all, we knew that for quite some time here, we were trading in what appeared to be an ascending triangle pattern, So this is a pattern that we've been watching now for quite some time, where we were noticing that the Bitcoin price was kind of forming a parallel kind of high while also getting a diagonal low, forming an ascending triangle. And so we've been looking for a breakout of this, and we could draw this in a few different ways. All right, been looking for a breakout of this pattern, and our target for this triangle was going to be right up into our major zone of resistance, the Fibonacci golden pocket retest. All right, now for a number of days now, we've been warning and saying be very cautious about this ETF, because it is potentially giving us the perfect storm for a correction. Now, have we seen a major correction yet? The answer is no. We have not seen a major correction yet. Am I feeling ultra bearish? The answer is no. We have not yet seen a major sign of weakness on this chart. But let's just go ahead and appreciate what has happened here as we came up to the Fibonacci golden pocket from the bull market all-time high to the bear market all-time low. As we did that, we are currently right now printing this bearish divergence pattern, right? The bearish divergence pattern that we were looking to form here, right? Look at this. We were kind of saying, look, we could see how this could happen, right? How we could get that push up into the golden pocket with the bearish divergence on market cipher B, also known as the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boo pattern, where the money flow and the nipples are both getting lower as the price is getting higher. We can see clearly right here, we've got ourselves the bearish Sam Bankman-Fried man boo pattern printing, unconfirmed, but printing, okay? Now, let's not forget that we have been pumping unsustainably since the breakout of $31,000, right? This entire move to the upside, $31,000 breakout. We have not really formed any kind of base, any kind of support, any kind of confidence based on the price action that indeed the price wants to continue higher, because a healthy move to the upside looks like this. Big move to the upside, right? And then we come back down to retest this previous area of resistance. We come back down to retest it, right? And then what happens? Big move to the upside, right? And then what do we do again? We come back down to retest key support resistance zone going all the way back to May 2022, showing that yes, indeed, what used to be resistance is now once again support. And then we get another big move to the upside. Guess what we don't see on this last big move? We don't see a retest showing us that what used to be resistance, literally all the way back from May 2022, is now support. We have not seen this. And so that is why this move is unsustainable, right? Does it mean we're going to come back down and visit 31K? It's possible, but we have to take it step by step. It's impossible for me to say anything for certain now unless we get more data on the chart, because right now we still do not see a sign of weakness on the daily time frame here. And we're going to get into what that would look like in a minute. But first, we just need to establish the fact that this has occurred. And not only has this occurred, but it is occurring with some pretty bearish divergences on the daily time frame and downward. Something else we need to keep in the back of our minds here when we look at previous cycles. All right, let's go back to the last Bitcoin bull bear market cycle, going all the way back to 2018 now. I remember this well because I was deeply into the crypto space, not on YouTube, but very much so into crypto, right? Bull market top up here, December 2017, massive bear market rally. Guess what? Right into the Fibonacci 618 level. Now, as you guys know, the Fibonacci 618 level is in fact my high school crush. Her name is Six Juanita. This is a picture of her here. I really thought she was beautiful, mostly because of her pixelated nostrils, those teeth, those eyes, right? Who wouldn't be in love with this chick? Well, I was in something called the friend zone, unbeknownst to myself. So when I asked her on a date, guess what? She gave me the hand, she gave me the face, she gave me the eyes. She rejected me. Actually, here is a picture of the rejection happening, right? As I asked her out, I got the balls, the cojones, the testicular fortitude, you know, the girth in the loins to come up and ask her on a date, and boom, she rejected me. Why did she reject me? It's because I was too nice. She was into mean guys like this guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, right? As I asked her out, Sam Bankman-Fried was sitting there on the sideline, hanging upside down, impressing my girl with his crooked man breasts. And if we go back to what happened back in the previous market cycle, would you look at this? We can clearly see the Sam Bankman-Fried man-boob pattern as we were coming up into the Fibonacci golden pocket. Momentum waves getting lower, money flow getting lower as the price hit into that Fibonacci golden pocket zone. Are we seeing history repeat? Well, I would say this, guys. It does not become ultra bearish on the daily time frame until we get a change of market structure on the daily time frame. Okay, what do I mean by that? When we are in an uptrend, the uptrend is characterized by higher highs and higher lows, right? So we've got a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. Now we've actually made a lower high and then a lower low. Now, from the time that we hit that first resistance to the time that we knew we were officially now in a local downtrend, it took some time. It took literally 20 days. 20 days. And from those 20 days, so there's time here is what I'm trying to say, guys. There could be time here. We don't have to necessarily rush into a short if we're not in a short, right? Because what happened? We put in that lower low right down here, and then we put in a lower high. And if we go ahead and pull the fib from the high to that low, look at this. We got a second chance to reject from that Fibonacci golden pocket, right? Because again, we're in the friend zone. She's not gonna go out with you, bro. All right? She's just using you because you let her copy your homework. You let her copy your test. You text her the messages during the science tests. You carry her books to class, to the cafeteria. She won't sit by you in the cafeteria, but you carry her books there. She's using you, all right? You're the reason she's graduating high school, able to go to college to have a future. So she needs you. So she's gonna keep you around, right? And she's gonna make you think maybe you have a chance. That's why you came back the second time to ask her on a date, but rejection again, okay? So we have not yet seen a major sign of weakness on the daily time frame yet. All right, so what do we need to do in order to see a sign of weakness on the daily time frame? Well, in my opinion, we need to see this. We need to see a low put in lower than $40,000. And there's a really good chance when we put in a low lower than $40,000 that we get a little bit of a bounce around $38,000 because this is going to be our major zone of support right now. Locally speaking, 37,000 is a major support. And here's the reason why. When we take a look at all the volume that has traded here, okay, that high volume node is coming in right around $38,000, okay? And so, and also $38,000, guys, this is the only place you could make the case that potentially we have formed some kind of support here, right? It was resistance from November 9th till December 1st. So 20 days, this was resistance. We would expect to move down to this area if we're gonna lose this first low. And if that happens, then we can once again pull our fib. And then what we can do is we can say, aha, we have changed market structure on the daily time frame. Things are looking weak. And if we get a rise up to this zone, the Fibonacci golden pocket again, we could say, look, if we're still seeing bearish signs on the chart here, okay, we need to wait, waiting for our confirmation. Remember, every trade we take, we are looking for the confirmation, right? We wanted to see something specific upon taking that short trade, right? Something specific, bear divs on all these time frames, right? I actually didn't necessarily see it on these lower time frames, okay? And I took this trade. If you're in the Casper crew and you were there when I shorted it, you know why I took the short, right? It wasn't exactly according to my plan. But if we see an opportunity, something on the chart saying we're coming down lower, this would actually be the setup that we would look for here, right? Potentially, we could look for a move all the way back down to that $31,000 level in order to retest this very important zone of support now, which used to be resistance, okay? So if we're coming down lower, there is time, potentially. There's not always, we don't know for certain if it's gonna play out this perfectly. But this right here is what most people call a head and shoulders pattern, right? This is called a head and shoulders pattern. And then we would extrapolate this from here to here and take it down. And what do you know? It's coming right down to our support, okay? Now, is this guaranteed to happen? No. But guys, this is one of the most important aspects of trading that will make you consistent over time. Planning for the what ifs. Planning for the what ifs. What if Bitcoin breaks out of the triangle, hits into the golden pocket with a bearish divergence? What if? What if? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what if. This juicy short trade because we were ready for it. All right? That's why we plan. That's why we do this stuff. That's why we talk. People make fun of technical analysts. It could go up or it could go down or it could go sideways. Exactly. We don't know what price is going to do. But if you have a plan for anything that price could do, what better position could you be in? If you're a perma bull, a perma bear, expecting it can only go down, right? And then it goes up, you have no plan. You're probably going to be wrecked. If you are a perma bear expecting it only goes down and then it goes up, you missed out. Okay? But if you have a plan, no matter what happens, what better position could you be in? Because let me tell you something. As a YouTuber, I see you guys in the chat, man. How many bulls and bears do we have in here right now arguing? We got people making a bullish case. We got people making a bearish case up in here. All right? And half you guys are right and half you guys are wrong. I don't know which one. I don't know who's right and who's wrong. And here's the thing. You don't know if you're right or wrong either until hindsight. That's why we got to have a plan no matter what. All right? It'll save you a lot of stress. Because I know a lot of people who try and say, oh, I just feel like this is going to happen. And, you know, it doesn't work out that way always. So this is a real potential that could happen right here, guys. All right? And yeah, we would be looking down toward that $30,000 area if this does happen. Okay? Now, let's talk about a more bullish scenario here. Okay? Because there is something about this high. Although it does look pretty convincing, there's a few things here that are still quite bullish on the chart. Okay, first of all, we are in a very bullish uptrend. We've been so since November 2022. All right, and ever since we changed market structure on the weekly time frame in January 2023, this is when I flipped macro bullish, calling for 30K, and then I called for 40K right around this area here, when I saw this extremely not bearish rejection. And then we came to 40K. And I think that I called for 50K. I don't know. But I definitely called for 30K. I definitely called for 40K. I was calling for 20K at the bottom because things were looking bullish. Now for the first time, they're definitely not looking as bullish as they were. But we are in an uptrend. And the trend is your friend until the end of the trend, meaning when you're in a strong trend, even if things look bearish on the oscillators, you still need to assume that the trend is going to continue until it doesn't, right? Once we start to lose daily market structure, then we can say, oh, okay, the trend is not continuing. Now it's time to change our bias. But if we don't change market structure is king. That's going to tell you what the market is doing. And right now we are clearly in an uptrend. Something else about this high that is a little bit ambiguous is the fact that look at how the fair value zone from the previous bull market has been respected here, okay? This value area low, this was where the market had established a fair value zone for Bitcoin back in 2021, 2022, between 50K and 30K, right? When you establish a fair value zone and then you come to the down underneath it, once you come back inside, probabilities say that it's more probable than not. Just based on the way the theory works when you're looking at volume profiles, that you will come to the top of the volume profile. Now, guess what? We have not. We front ran that very key level. Now, there's one thing I've noticed through my years of trading Bitcoin. If you front run a very key level and you get a significant, what seems significant at the time, pullback from it, that's actually bullish. And it means the next time we come to test that level, we're going to get a big move to the upside. Okay? So let's talk about some bullish scenarios right now. First of all, locally here, have we changed market structure at all? Not even close, right? Not even close. This is still a higher low right now, right? We are still making higher lows. We could say that the candle closes of this daily, a daily time frame, is still making higher lows, okay? So we cannot say that the chart, the candles actually are giving us a sign of weakness here. Not on the daily time frame. You can make a case on the 4-hour time frame that we have in fact changed structure, low, high, higher low, higher high, lower low, right? You could make that case for sure, very locally, but not on the daily time frame, okay? Now, this means, guys, that, you know, we cannot get overly bearish until we actually take out that $40,000 low, in my opinion, right? And we have to be patient for that because the daily time frame, it takes a whole day for a candle to print, right? This ain't the 5-second scalping strategy, right? This ain't the 5-second scalping strategy. So essentially now, what I see happening here is we are coming up to a very key level of support, which is if we take the fib from the low to the high, we are bouncing from that golden pocket right now, okay? We are bouncing from the Fibonacci golden pocket right now. If we hold that, obviously that could give us a move to the upside. We pull the volume here. We are at the high volume node of the range, okay? Right now, this is going to be, let's put on some other fib levels here, okay? This is a box of confluence that needs to hold if we want to see higher prices. In fact, I will still be holding my major long positions and not de-risking at all, because remember, like, I'm still holding longs from much lower here, okay? I'm still holding longs from much lower here. When would I start to close out those longs and take my money? Honestly, if we lose 42K, and I'll tell you why. Because this is the macro Fibonacci zone from the range low to the range high. If we lose this, I'd say it's much more probable that we go for these overall lows of the range here. Because if this uptrend of low, high, and then we make a higher low, and then a higher high, if it's going to continue, it's most likely to happen from this zone between 42K and where we're currently at right now. Okay, so this is like the line in the sand for me for looking for new long trades and or adding to long trades. Like if I see that we start to close, and even now we're at support. So if we start to change structure here, come up a little bit, reclaim that value area high, I might actually even add to some of my open long trades from lower, shooting for some higher targets. Okay, but if we lose 42K, I'm probably going to be closing out those longs because I just want the money, right? You know, I want the money. I want the money, baby. Now, so this is going to be very, 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 very key support. Now, I would say this. Do we see bullish signs at this support? The answer is I do not see bullish signs right now at this support. I see money flow coming out on the 1 hour on Market Cypher B, and Market Cypher B money flow is no joke. Market Cypher B money flow is the thing that got me bullish back here, okay, when I was publicly putting $500,000 onto a trade. I made a video right when I opened the trade, okay? $500 in a long because of the Market Cypher B 4-hour money flow. It is no joke. When the price is getting lower and that 4-hour Market Cypher B money flow is getting higher over time, especially if it's crossing from purple into blue, extremely bullish. One of the most powerful swing trade confirmations that exists, period. Or if you're a new trader and you don't know anything about trading and you don't know anything about technical analysis, if you wait for Market Cypher B on the 4-hour to have the price make a lower low and the momentum wave and the money flow to make a higher high, and you long those only and short those only, and you risk 1% of your stack and you put that stop loss underneath the swing low, there's no way that you will lose money doing that, right? The psychology and all these other things, if you don't take profits or whatever, you're definitely not going to lose money doing that because the win rate of these things are so insane. I have learned not to distrust them. All right? Even in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, I was maintaining bullish bias even when we took out these lows simply because the 4-hour Market Cypher B, reminding everybody that the 4-hour Market Cypher B does not lie. It ain't no joke. Sometimes the 4-hour plays jokes on us because we get volatility in the move, but it's a really good direction indicator, okay? The last time we saw something similar to this was September 11th, 2023. So the trades don't come very often, guys, but the 4-hour Market Cypher B did give us that signal right over here. It was the exact bottom the last time to get in at 25K. Now, here's the thing. The 4-hour Market Cypher B right now, okay, has given us this. Higher high, lower, lower. Money flow and momentum. That is not very bullish looking, okay? And now the money flow is purple. And this is another reason why this is such a key level of support, because in a very, very, very bullish trend, the 4-hour Market Cypher B money flow will actually act as your support, right? Look at what happened here. The purple money flow acted as our support, right? The purple money flow acted as our support. So, if this is going to culminate in another big push to the upside, we need to be watching Market Cypher B, all right? We need to be waiting for things to start turning bullish, right? What's best? We want to see the money flow starting to now get a little bit of a curvature to the upside. We want to see these momentum waves starting to get higher over time, okay? If we hold, let's say we start to range in this area for a bit, right? Let's say we range here for a bit, a few days, right? And then we start to do something like this where the price does make a lower low. And the 1 hour market cipher B is starting to tick up like that. That to me is showing this is a sign of strength, and we're probably going to go for those highs again. All right, because, you know, like I said, we did front run a very, very key area of resistance. And I would imagine you probably got a lot of people shorting this now, and we could see a squeeze back up there, okay? So be watching market cipher B. What I like to do is I don't really like to take a serious long trade. I'm not talking about a scalp trade. I'm talking about a trade that I expect to hold overnight for a long time, okay? I don't even take that seriously unless I'm seeing at least the 24-minute time frame give me the bullish divergence, okay? At least that 24-minute time frame give me that bullish divergence, right? That to me is the time frame that is my go-to, honestly. 24-minute, 12-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. People ask, Jason, why those weird time frames? The truth is, guys, I don't know. They work better. They give better signals. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't care why. I've back tested it for many years. I know that the 12, the 6, the 24, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, okay, the 48 minute, basically the multiples of 6, right? 6, 12, 24, 48, 60, 240 is the 4 hour. You know, people use the 4 hour, they use the 1 hour, but if those were minute charts, you'd be using the 60 and the 240 minute. So why not just cut that in half and use the 24 minute and the 6 minute? It makes more sense to me, but what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet with a plunger on his face. All right, not a financial advisor, not giving financial advice. Alrighty, let's get back down to the Bitcoin price. The reason why we are finding support here, guys, the reason why I have a key level marked on my chart from here is because it is a local low. All right, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure to like the dang stream. We got almost 2,000 people in here, 500 likes. Guys, we'll give it another 5 minutes. If we can get 1,000 likes in the next 5 minutes, we will be giving away $1,000. Shout out to Crypto Rian. He says, LOL. One red day and everybody is bearish all of a sudden. Y'all have the emotional capacity of a 5-year-old. LOL. Shout out to Tom Crown. Shout out to Tom Crown. Again, everybody go subscribe to Tom Crown. Subscribe to Tom Crown. Make sure to subscribe to Jason Casper as well. Jason Casper is very close to 200,000 subscribers. All right, Tom Crown is very close also to 200,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe to both. Guys, if you're joining into the stream now, okay, this trade setup we gave weeks in advance, waiting for this to happen, made public YouTube videos about this exact scenario, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, okay, because you don't want to miss these updates. I have literally been telling people, we're going up, we're going up, we're going up, and I've been warning people, once we come to the golden pocket, we're probably going to come down, okay? And what do you know? What do you know? All right? I'm currently still holding the long trade from here. This is the long I took. I made a video about it when I took the trade, put $500,000 onto Bitcoin. My target was where we're at right now. All right. Now we hit the target of the long. I still have the long open because we're still in bullish market structure. Okay. Took a short from here. Took it yesterday during the Casper Crew VIP New York Open live stream. I told everybody when I shorted. I told them why I shorted, the reasoning for it, the mentality behind it. And now here we are back down at $43,000 in juicy profits for the long and the short. Okay, altogether, I guess I'm about, I actually probably made about 30K of realized profits across both of these trades right now. And I've got about 30K unrealized. I could close this out right now for a year's salary, at least. A year, that's how much money I basically need. But I'm not gonna, all right, because that's not the way I trade. I keep profits on the table. I counter trade myself. It'll all balance out. It's for psychological reasons. Also, guys, I'm trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrency on ZoomX. Link in the description. I'm also trading on MEXC, the best deal on fees you could possibly have on an exchange. And guys, look, today I tried to long where we're at right now. I tried to take a long from this level. Okay. Took a loss on it. All right. This is now the week of trading. I have taken, this is my second loss. 1% on the account. Okay. 1% on my account right here. Loss, which is, guys, if you are new, right? Please understand, trading is not about predicting where the price is going to go. It's about waiting for the setups to come to you and then taking them with good risk management, meaning your losses, you're not losing more than 1 to 3% maximum of your total trading account. Okay? This week, although I've taken 2 losses, I am up still 13% on the week. Down on the day 1%, because when I took that loss, I risked 1% in order to make up 13% on the week, right? So it's very, very important that when people are watching these streams, especially if you're new, that you understand what trading is not. Understanding that it's about probabilities, it's about risk management and patience. Patience, probabilities, which includes strategy and risk management. And if you get those 3 things down, I am fully convinced that anybody, no matter how experienced they are, if you abide by risk management and some kind of strategy, and you have the patience and the discipline to wait for your setups that you have planned in advance for, you are not going to lose money. You might not make money, but you're not going to lose money. Okay? For more information on this, guys, you can join the Casper crew, where we do give the setups, right? We give the setups in advance. We gave the long setup in advance. We gave the short setup in advance. All right, JasonCasperTrading.com. Click the link to join the community. If you are new, we have within the community, we have a whole entire beginner's course in here that goes over risk management, how to not get wrecked, different types of trading strategies, the tools that you need to be profitable over time. And if you want to expedite your education, check out the courses at JasonCasperTrading.com. We have the White Phoenix Smart Money Approach to Trading. This is literally changing people's lives right now. White Phoenix, a full-time trader in the Casper crew, over 30 hours plus 70 videos of content. All right, my intro to trading program, everything that I wish I knew before I started trading, full scalping, swing trading, day trading tutorials up in here. We also have an order flow course that was put together by myself and another instructor in the Casper crew that goes over how to read a chart like this one if you want to get really in depth with your trading and take it to the next level over at JasonCasperTrading.com. Alrighty, who do we have in the chat right now? Shout out to Crypto Cockatoo. You're saying 4-hour money flow is bullish if I see flipping bearish. Yeah, if the 4-hour money flow in an uptrend, if the 4-hour market cipher B in a very strong uptrend has red money flow, that is typically support. Market cipher, you can use it in many ways, okay? So one of the things that people don't realize about market cipher is you can actually, and look, I do affiliate with market cipher, but I don't want you to use my affiliate link. Use Ben Armstrong's. He has a better discount than me. I honestly, I don't care. I'm not trying to shill it. I use it because it works, right? I don't even know if I have the affiliate link in the discount. That's how much I don't care if you click my affiliate link. Okay, but look, Market Cipher B, you can use this thing to show trend breaks in trend, right? For example, look at this. We have ourselves a downtrend here, okay? Where we have resistance on the Market Cipher, right? Once we break out of this trend here, that is a sign that we are breaking the trend. Once the purple money flow starts to curve up, this is a sign that we are breaking out of that trend. And that next trigger wave we print here, look at this. That is a major bottom, right? There are many ways to use it. So yes, in an uptrend, that purple money flow acts as support. It acts as support in an uptrend because you got to think about it. The oscillator has to print no matter what. If there's zero volatility, the oscillator needs to print. That's why back in like 2022, December, the lowest volatility in all history, that 0.5% range we were in for 3 weeks, where I took like no trades in the whole month because it's even too low for me. The oscillator still had to print lows and highs. So when you're in a very powerful uptrend, that purple is bullish because it's telling you the local bottom is in. And as long as this trend continues, well, that purple's bullish. Now the trend is your friend until the end, which means when you're in an uptrend, you can look for longs on that purple money flow until all of a sudden we top out and then you start to get wrecked, longing that purple money flow. And then you realize, okay, maybe the trend has changed, and you use other confluences on the chart. But remember guys, it's all about the risk management. You start getting wrecked, you should not be losing more than 1% in your account, right? You take a loss. I took 2 losses this week. I'm still up 13%, right? It's all about risk management. So you can do something that works, and when it stops working, if it sets you back, that means you're gambling and not trading. If you take a loss, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses, and you're wrecked, you're out of the game, you're not doing it right, guys. All right? So yeah, purple money flow, bullish on Market Cipher. In the right conditions. Let's see if we have any super chats in here because I don't want to miss anybody. All right. Shout out to you all, and God bless you all in Jesus' name. Look, even if you're not religious, I still pray everybody is so blessed. God is so good. And I'm so thankful for everything that He's shown me and blessed me. And I also want you guys to know that you can seek Him, and if you do, He will reveal Himself to you. Shout out to Overcome. Holding until my 8-week son is 21 or longer. Holding Bitcoin. That's a great idea, my friend. I also plan on holding Bitcoin well into the future here. Okay? Bitcoin is right now starting to, you know, here's a one bearish thing about Bitcoin right now. Okay? Bitcoin right now, although we have taken this low here, at least on some exchanges, if we are not able to hold above this white line, coming in at about 43,690, all right, the probabilities are higher that we actually come down quite a bit lower to 42K. All right, so that's another 3% to the downside. Is it going to happen right now? It could, but if we cannot reclaim this very important high volume node, 43,700, and let's not forget how important 43,700 is. This level has been very important throughout the entirety of this range here, right? It was our resistance right here. It was our support right here. We're testing it once again. If we cannot reclaim that, we are going to come down to the 786 at 42,000, where I will actually be looking for another long trade. If we do not hold that, then I will be taking profits out of these trades. All right, I'll be looking for more trades because I think if we don't hold that 786, we're coming for the lows of the range, and I think actually we'll probably come for around that $37,000 level. In fact, I would be very interested in actually opening a new trade right from this level if we come down here with some bullish stuff. This is key support at like 37K. That's why as you can see, like this is a trade from much lower. This is one of the trades we gave in the Casper crew from somewhere in here. I think we took it from somewhere in here. Somewhere in this area, right? I've taken profits out. I've added to it. All right. It started as a scalp trade. Okay. It started as a scalp trade because I was looking for lower. So I took profits quick. And then I even added a little bit to it. But you can see I only have half a Bitcoin in the trade because I don't want my entry to be any higher than this level right here. Yeah, so let's really see what happens, guys. If you are watching these charts right now, the number one level to be aware of is going to be 43,700, 43,675 on Coinbase at least. A hold above that level, in my opinion, means more upside is possible, at least to 44.6, right? And then potentially a new high because we are maintaining bullish market structure. But if we lose that level, I'm looking down to 42K, and then I'm looking for a new low to be made and actually a change of structure on the daily. And as I said also in the beginning, guys, if we do get a change of structure on the daily time frame, meaning we take out these lows, okay, then I will be switching into sell the rise mode, and I will be looking for a lower high and another short trade down to that $32,000 level, because a daily time frame change of structure ain't no joke. And we can see how easily we could have a long squeeze. All this liquidity here, guys, all these over leveraged longs, all these over leveraged longs here, so many. We could have a fast, violent drop. Okay, we even have single prints down here, right? That will be filled right into our $31-ish thousand level. And people get scared about this. Here's the thing. If you're scared about that, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, because every day we're going to be walking through what this price action is doing, what to expect. Look, if we do come down to that $30,000 level, we need to think of it as an opportunity, even if we made mistakes in the past. All right, let's say we've made mistakes in the past. Let's say we bought at the ETF breakout, the ETF news or whatever, right? First of all, if you bought Bitcoin at 50K, you have to think to yourself, it's going to go higher, right? We're heading into a massive bull market. So buying at 50K, you're still going to most likely be in profits, right? We're going up to at least 80K, at least, I'd say, this market cycle. But if, let's say, we do get the bearish scenario and we come down, we bounce from 38K, we put in a lower high and we drop back down to retest this key zone of support resistance, this would be the healthiest and the most bullish move that we can imagine for Bitcoin, because we have a zone right here between like 28.5 and 30K where, look at this, this is the bridge between bear and bull market, right? In the bull market, we had those scary times. You guys remember summer 2021? I remember like it was yesterday, trading these lows, okay? And then the spring of 2022, this little range, okay? I'll never forget this little range because I got wrecked longing this. I thought we were gonna get a move to the upside, okay? And then we come down here, and then now we have the resistances up here. Remember this? Trading these areas, I remember like it was yesterday too, right? We form these ranges in this box. This box is the bridge between bull and bear market, right? We have these dips down, even in 2020. So a move down into this box is an epic buy zone for Bitcoin, because when we just zoom out of the chart and we look at this, okay? Even somebody who doesn't know anything about technical analysis, if you showed somebody that doesn't know anything about technical analysis and you showed them this picture and asked them, what do you think Bitcoin will do when it comes down to the green box? What will they say? It'll probably come up, right? So a move down would be very healthy. It would shake out the over leveraged traders like your boy, okay? I'm in some high leverage trades from lower. I need to get stopped out, that right? It's not natural for somebody to high leverage trade and trail the stop loss under these higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows without paying for it, right? And the people that do it with bad risk management are the people that really pay for it. The people who do it with good risk management, like us, we make profits on it. But yeah, that would give us a really, really nice opportunity, in my opinion, for a spot buy and or epic long trades. Epic. And you can rest assured, I'm going to be making videos in those epic long trades if we come down to that 30K. You guys are going to see a new open mouth thumbnail. Shocking, Bitcoin pumping, bullish signal, historic chart printing now. Watch ASAP. But sometimes, guys, the watch ASAP videos are no joke, right? Like this video that I said must watch before tomorrow. This was legit, right? Even though I'm sensational, I'm still giving you legit info, right? Bitcoin ETF update, must watch. Why? We're coming to resistance. Things looking bearish. Watch out. Okay. So this, in my opinion, excellent opportunity for Bitcoin. Excellent opportunity for Bitcoin. Let's check out the order flow chart right now. Let's see what's happening locally here. Okay, so we are seeing some longs start to open up here. Let's see, 67, 67. A slow decrease of OI. So look at this, guys. Like, in general, we do have quite a few shorts that shorted the bottom here. Okay, which means, again, if we reclaim this important POC, this important high volume node, let's go to a lower time frame. If we reclaim this guy, let's hang on. Where are we at? Hang on. I'm guys, I don't know how to use a computer. Okay, and I don't know how to do anything, which is why this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. All right, I'm not. Yeah, so look at this white line here. If we reclaim the white line, guys, 43,700, we could see a pretty pretty crazy short squeeze, especially on a Friday afternoon after New York closes. Do not be surprised, bottom shorters, if you get wrecked, okay, over the weekend, right? Do not be surprised if we do something like this and then come down to the levels we're looking at, okay? Because we can see right now in the order book, in this chunk of price action, right over here, okay, basically 44.3 and below, we see a large number of shorts opening, and a large number of those shorts are still open, guys. Okay, we can tell because on this order flow chart, we have the net longs and the net shorts, right? These things right here. Okay, these blue and purple indicator I have down here, this purple, when it gets higher, that means shorts are opening. And if the purple gets higher and it doesn't come back down, that means those shorts are still open. So people shorted all this, and rightfully so. I mean, people shorting up here, rightfully so. We rejected from VWAP, but people shorting here, people shorting here, people shorting here at the exact bottom, imbeciles. No offense, okay? I'm sorry I said that. That was very rude. I take that back. Lord have mercy on me. You should never short a golden pocket / point of control after a massive 5% drop, okay? If you want to be profitable over time trading, never short a golden pocket plus point of control after a 5% drop. There's a 90% chance you're going to get wrecked doing that, okay? But the reason I bring this up is because if we start to come higher than these guys that shorted the bottom, which will happen at around 44,000, let's say, we are going to experience a short squeeze and knock out all these guys that shorted the way down, okay? They're going to get stopped out. Because you can rest assured, these guys who shorted here, do you think they have their stop loss up here? Nah. They have their stop loss in profit. They shorted here, they shorted here, they shorted here, they took some profits. Their stop loss is at entry probably, right? So what's going to happen? As we start to come up here, we're going to trigger short stop losses. We're going to see these purple things come lower. We're going to see the shorts get stopped out of the market. And every time a short gets stopped out, that's going to push the price up higher and higher and higher and higher until we get to some of these areas of resistance, right? So look, although we're not doing much right here, I do have to say that we have run out of steam to the downside. We've got some shorts. They're hanging open. We don't have any new shorts coming up right now. It's not like we're seeing a lot of new shorts open up. We saw shorts open up here. They're holding in their positions. We're not seeing any new shorts open up down here. We're not really seeing any longs open up here. This is ripe for a short squeeze, in my opinion, right? Low volume, low volatility, a Friday New York market close. I wonder if we left behind any single prints. Let's check it out on a TPO chart. By the way, guys, if you want to learn about charts like this, check out the advanced trading course, Footprints Market Profile and TPO at jasoncaspertrading.com. A valuable resource, okay? I'm explaining this stuff to you right now, guys. Honestly, if you subscribe to the channel and stick around, you will learn all this stuff for free. The reason you're paying for the course is because it takes away all the hours of me having a plunger on my face and making jokes, talking about getting my heart broken by 6 Juanita, how I became an incel, involuntarily celibate, about how I'm actually a transracial, transgendered lesbian, and my struggles as a person who identifies as a involuntarily non-celibate black lesbian woman. Very difficult, and the struggle's real, okay? And so the courses take out all the trans, incel, transracial, transgender commentary and give it to you straight, baby. No pun intended. Giving it to you straight, all right? Now look, we did leave behind some single prints here, and these could be easily filled, right? Fast move down, fast move back up. What are single prints? It basically means we had a fast move down, and if we start to come into those single prints, we can expect an equally fast move back up. And our next major resistance right now is going to be around 46K, the highest volume node of the day before the big drop. All right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 2,000 people in here, 800 likes. All right? And shout out to everybody who gave a super chat. 1 hour is printing a big green dot here. This is ripe for a short squeeze, in my opinion. I don't think the bottom's in yet, to be honest with you. But be aware, if we reclaim this key level, guys, we could see that squeeze, especially in about 2 hours. All right? So if you're short from below this area, make sure you take profits. Make sure you don't take a winning trade and hold it into a losing trade, right? Make sure if you are in profit that you get out in profit. Who cares if we drop more, right? If you're in profit right now, hoping for this before you take profit, man, we could just as easily do this. So please, we're here to make money. We're not here to catch the whole move, right? We're here to book those profits. We're not here to post the juicy P&Ls on Twitter. Although, hey, I can't hate on the juicy P&Ls on Twitter. All right. All right. Shout out to Overcome for the super chat. Holding Bitcoin for a long time. Awesome. Let's see. Wow, we've been live for an hour, baby. We've been live for an hour. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to X Sir. You're late. Don't worry. Where am I walking? I'm walking to the top of that bull mountain, baby. I'm walking to the top of that bull mountain, step by step to $100,000 Bitcoin, baby. Shout out to Long the Revolution. Shorting the bottom is like going down on a midget. Oh my, did I just say that out loud? Bro, come on, man. This is a family-friendly channel. I gotta stop reading before I read. Shout out to Legit Killer. Seeding Wars will still go on for the next 10 years. BlackRock, Grayscale. Shout out to Great Life. I just hit a long at 4333. Okay, shout out to Big Butts 28. Shout out to Big Butts 28. I love you, Big Butts 28. Shout out to Boyan. Boyan, one of the instructors in the Casper crew, the best trader. He's an 85-year-old guy who lives in China. The most experience out there when it comes to these charts. And he live streams every single day for London Open. All right. He loves the juicy P&Ls on Twitter. Isn't that why we trade? Yes, that is why we trade. We trade to post the P&Ls on Twitter. Shout out to Boyan. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. Shout out to the Dusty Hunt. There is no Twitter. I will never call it X, all right? So if you see me refer to it as X on social media, know that it's not me. It's the guy who posts on social media for me. Shout out to Chris, my social media guy. Bro, you're the man. You're the truest homie. Shout out to Phantom. Shout out to Sonu Nagar. He says, bro, take your profit. It will come to your entry in 2 days. Are you talking about the long or the short? You talking about the long or the short, man? Shout out to Sunshine. Talking about Jesus Coin. I'm not a big fan of Jesus Coin at all. You know, I don't take it seriously at all. I don't like it. I find it distasteful. All right, let's just put it that way. All right, for a number of reasons, but I won't get into it. All right, so if you're into it, cool. Shout out to Pedro Morales. So you think we're going lower? Well, Pedro Morales, I just gave my full Bitcoin analysis on exactly what I think. And I gave the criterion as to what is going to dictate my bias in the coming days. Okay, we can only form a bias right now based on the local data and the local market structure that we have. But for more of high term, we need to be patient and wait here. Okay, who's the Chinese trader that goes live at London Open? That's Boyan. Boyan lives in Asia but streams for London Open. Yeah, he's one of the instructors in the Casper crew. Shout out to Lauren. Shout out to BossBaby.1, who thought I identified as a toilet. That was last year, my friend. Okay. Bakir, have you heard of a trading sickness called loss pleasure? PL, I get aroused seeing P&L in the red. Uh-oh. You're doing the 12 steps of Traders Anonymous. You're not powerless, my friend, okay? You're not powerless. You know what's funny, Bakir? That's a real thing. I'm pretty sure that's why people watch Sato trade. Shout out to Dropout. Shout out to Jesus Christ, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the creator of all things, the sustainer of all things. Shout out to Dropout. Shout out to Zayshan Shan. You're Shaheen from the community. Shout out to you. Shout out to Shaheen from the community. Shout out to Pedro Morales again, and shout out to Just Rick. He says, I think we go up and down and up and down. How could I take a long from here? Well, I'll tell you why I took the long. We came down to, and I didn't see what I wanted to see, okay? I did not see what I wanted to see. So, basically, what happened was, we came down to a daily level of support, okay? And I was a little overzealous, all right? I was a little overzealous. So we came down to a daily level of support. I was on the road all day, okay? Trading in the car, that's what I do. All right, so we came down to the daily level, which was the box of support we had marked out all day for multiple days, looking for a long from that area. I was looking for it a long time ago, right? And then we hit that daily level, and I thought to myself, you know what? We're getting a little bounce from this level. Just below us, we have the golden pocket POC of the range, okay? And I thought to myself, if we get a small bounce from the daily and then take the low into the golden pocket with some divergences, it would be fire, right? So this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that 12-minute divergence. I want us to get a little bit of a bounce first and then come down to that golden pocket. We didn't do it. We came right down to the golden pocket. And I went for it, guys. I went for it without divergences. Big mistake, right? I took the loss, okay? That's why I longed from there, okay? Didn't see my divergences, took it anyway. Okay, but here's the thing, guys, and this is key. It's the risk management, okay? How much did I lose on my trade? 1% of my account. This is my second loss of the week. I'm still up 13% on the week, right? So yeah, I made a mistake. I got a little too excited. I thought we're dropping so hard. We're coming to a golden pocket. That's typically my best knife catch trades are massive drops into the golden pocket. Right? We got a little bit of a bounce, and then bam, ended up getting stopped out for a 1% loss. And you know what? I was a little too zealous as well. I should have used a smaller position size and a looser stop loss. I was a little too zealous. I used a tight stop and a big position size. Okay? That's why I took that long trade. So, but guys, risk management is key here. Okay? Risk management is key. Because yeah, I can get wrecked, I can be wrong, but I'm still in profit because the risk management is in play because the losses are going to happen, right? Even if I took the trade with my confirmations, it still could have gone against me, right? So we got to use the good risk management. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Let's go to the 5-minute. All right, are we seeing anything? Not really. Not really anything too much. Again, guys, all these guys that shorted the bottom here, when New York closes on this low volume, we could easily get a short squeeze here, okay? We could easily get a short squeeze. Alrighty. Shout out to Overcome for the super chat. No pump Bitcoin, but pump in the gym, baby. Shoulders today, getting those juicy delts. You know, the juicy deltoids. Overhead presses, all that kind of stuff. Alright. What's my thoughts on 40 or 46 first? I think 40K is I think they're both just as equally possible, my friend, and they're both key levels. So for me right now, this is a no trade zone. Well, actually, if I had to pick a trade, if someone put a gun to my head right now and said, you have to take a trade here, I would take a long here. If I had to take a trade here, I'm not taking a trade here. If I had to, I would take a long. Why? Because we're at support. We have a lot of people who shorted the bottom, and now volume's low, and New York's about to close on a weekend, and we could get a little short squeeze up to the golden pocket, right around that 46K, right? That could very easily happen. At the same time, we could see some shorts come in after New York close and push us down to 40K. I think it's pretty equal right now, so that's why I wouldn't take a trade here, because it's equal up and downward potential from this area. But, you know, I would lean more toward getting a move up first because we just had a move down like this. But for me, I'd rather wait until we either get to 46 or get to 40 to make my decision. Right? I already took a loss longing this, so if I miss the pump, it's my own fault. Right? My biggest mistake, I think, on the long trade was that I used too big of a position size with too tight of a stop. Right? To risk very little. I put a lot on the trade. I thought we were going to get a bounce. When I saw that we were bouncing, I'm like, okay, we're going to bounce. We just dropped, you know, we just dropped 5-6% in an hour or two. we're gonna bounce. Okay, so we didn't get that fast bounce, but yeah, I would want to wait until 46 or 40, honestly. The silver pocket. How do you get all the time frames on TradingView? I think you need to have the premium TradingView. Shout out to Ian Diaz. Okay, shout out to 8's Trades. Shout out to Subby Off-Road. Thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. Well, I hope you find the content you like. Check out Tom Crown. Check out Crypto Lifer. Check out Traders Reality. Check out Crypto Face. Check out Trader Geo. Check out Evan Aldo. Check out Toros Crypto. Check out Chart Champions. Check out... I'm trying to think of all my other YouTube crypto trader guys. Alright? There's plenty of channels out there, alright? Where did you pull your fib? My golden pocket doesn't start until 43. I pulled my fib, Father Time, from the low of the local range. So let's get to a 4 hour. I pulled my fib from this low right here, the wick that we made back here on the December 11th. Right from here. Maybe you're on log scale or something, but I pulled the fib from here. Did you miss the rap? I didn't rap today, honestly. I wasn't. Oh yeah, Andy from Bitcoin Census. Andy from Bitcoin Census. What age did I start to invest? Let's see, 26, and I'm 33 now. Two more hours until close. What exchange is this? This is ZoomX. Okay, link in the description and the pinned comment. I'm trading on ZoomX, and I'm trading on MEXC. Two of my go-to exchanges right now. Actually, I'm trading on BingX, ZoomX, and MEXC. It's always a good idea to have multiple exchanges. All right, links in the description, links in the pinned comment. Make sure to check it out. MEXC, best deal on fees. MEXC, you can pretty much buy any altcoin. They list so many different altcoins on there. In fact, I just did a $15,000 altcoin shopping spree over on MEXC the other day, live stream. And guys, you can rest assured that if this Bitcoin price does keep dumping, alts are going to bleed. And I am going to be doing more altcoin live streams where I'm buying thousands of dollars worth of altcoins, loading up my bags for the bull run. All right. So I'm also, the ZoomX is great because it's a DEX and a centralized exchange in one. Also, it's perfect for people who like to trade on Bybit but who cannot KYC, okay, because it has the same market makers as Bybit, so the levels are the same. If that makes any sense to you, and you know what I'm talking about, I'll bet you that makes you excited. All right. Tom Crown is right, 30K bottom. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish, shout out to Justin, shout out to Gata Life. Get after that awesome life. Get after that awesome life, baby. Oh, Mike Williams. Okay, yeah, shout out to Mike Williams. Mike Williams, have had him on the channel before. All right. Was I working on a farm in my early 20s? No, I did not start homesteading until I was 27, 28, because here's the thing. I got into Bitcoin in 2016. Me and my wife, we were saving up to buy a property because we wanted to homestead. We wanted to grow our own food, raise our own animals, live off grid, live that life, all right? Get away from the cities where we were living, well, my wife had a real job. I was always kind of an entrepreneur. I owned a business. We wanted to get away from that life. We wanted to live out in the country, homeschool our kids, grow our own food, okay? So because of Bitcoin, the Lord allowed me to get into Bitcoin at $600. We turned tens of thousands into hundreds of thousands. We were able to buy a property. And so after that Bitcoin bull run, that's when I started homesteading, right? I've only been doing this now since 2018, really 2019, because the first year that we moved here, my wife was about to give birth to our daughter. And we moved here in the fall, so it was just the fall and then the winter, and then we had a baby. So it was a slow process in the beginning, getting the gardens rolling and everything, guys. But now, after 5 years, I'd say, man, we produce probably about 40%, I'd say, of all the food that we need to eat. And the most of the things that we don't produce is red meat, dairy, and, you know, we obviously, chicken, eggs, lots of vegetables, you know, obviously not fresh in the wintertime, canned, frozen, dehydrated, all that stuff. But yeah, I have only been doing this for 5 years, guys. And look, I think anyone can do it, right? What did BB-28 do for work? She was a secret agent for the CIA, all right? Her Illuminati handlers and my Illuminati handlers actually got us together. Does my beginner course teach how to use the leveraging sites? Yeah. So it does. Pasternak 88. I would say this, guys, right? Skynet is the best internet ever. I would say this, guys, okay? If you are new to trading, before you mess around with leverage, all right, understand just the basics of risk management, okay? I said this yesterday, leverage doesn't matter at all. The only purpose of leverage is if you don't want to keep all your money on the exchange, or if you're leveraging up a small amount of capital, okay? But look, leverage is not something that you use to trade with more money than you have. All right, this is very, very important. Leverage is not a tool to trade with more money than you have. If you're trading with more money than you have, you're going to get wrecked and you're going to lose everything, okay? Leverage is a tool if you don't want to keep all your money on the exchange, or leverage also doesn't even matter as long as you're risking the right amount of money, okay? So I already kind of went over this, but if you have two trades, all right, trade number one, where you have a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio, all right, where you're potentially going to make 4 times more money than you're risking, and then you have trade number two, all right, where you're also going to be risking 4 times, earning 4 times more money than you're risking, okay? Because both of these trades have a 2% stop loss, okay, so you know in advance where your stop loss is. If we have $1,000 and we're risking, right, and we're risking $10, which is 1% of our account, okay, we could put $500 on the trade, right, because we have $1,000. Our max risk is 1%. So if we have $1,000 and we know that we are not going to allow ourselves to get stopped out of a trade more than a 1% loss, then if we need a 2% stop loss, we have to put $500 on the trade, because $500 negative 2%, that is a $10 loss, right? Now, whether or not I entered this trade here with 1x leverage or 5x leverage, it makes no difference, because if I take $500 at 1x leverage and I have $1,000 in my account and I put $500 on a trade, if I get stopped out, I lose $10. If I'm using 30x leverage and I put $500 on the trade, if I get stopped out, I'm losing $10. The only difference is how much of your margin is on the trade, but it does not affect how much you are losing, and it does not affect how much you are earning on the trade. Most YouTubers I've heard talk about leverage, I guarantee they're not traders, okay? Because they don't explain it right. They say it multiplies your risk and it multiplies your reward. That's not true if you do it right. If you're gambling, if you think to yourself, I have $100, I'm going to use 50x leverage so I can put $5,000 onto my trade, every trade. That's called gambling, right? That will lose all your money. But if you say to yourself, I have, let's say, $1,000, and I'm going to risk 1%, and I know I have a 2% stop loss, so even though I'm using 50x leverage, I'm only putting $500 on a trade, you're not risking or gaining any more money, all right? What are the purposes of leverage? If you want to trade multiple coins at the same time, right? Let's say you want to trade Bitcoin and ETH at the same time, but you only have $1,000. Well, if you put that $1,000 on your Bitcoin trade, now you have no free margin to trade ETH. So you leverage up. Let's say you use 30x, 50x leverage. Now you could be in 3 trades at the same time. All 3 trades are risking 1%, but you can do that because of your leverage. Or if you don't want to keep all your money on the account, keep it in cold storage, right? You trade with a small percentage of your total capital on the exchange, use leverage. Or psychological reasons. Okay, for me, if I have a $1,000 account and I know I can't lose more, I don't want to lose more than $10, $15 max. To avoid playing the stop loss game, sometimes higher leverage is better. If you're using good risk management and you know, let's say you know your stop loss should be 1%, right? You know your stop loss should be 1%. Your liquidation price is right here, okay? Let's say your stop loss that you know you should use is right here, the first white line. Your liquidation price is the second white line, right? Sometimes, we've been there, you play the stop loss game. You're so convicted that price is gonna go up that you move your stop loss because you're like, we're just gonna do this, right? So you move your stop loss down, and guess what? We don't do that, right? We do this. We come down, we hit your stop loss, we come up a little bit, we come down even lower, right? Now you're really in the red beyond what your stop loss was supposed to be. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold it a little longer. Let me move my stop loss down more, okay? If you're on low leverage and you're not in the right place mentally, this could really take what should be a 1% loss, make it a 3, 4, 5, or who knows, sometimes people hold it for a week, hoping it goes back up. If you get liquidated, and let's say your planned loss was 1%, because of your liquidation, now you're down 2%, guess what? You're still better off than if you had held that trade playing the stop loss game, because the liquidation gets you out of the trade, and because you leveraged up a small amount of capital, that loss, that liquidation, is not that bad, okay? So there's a lot of reasons to use leverage. But if you're new to trading and people ask, what leverage should I use? How do I use leverage? Don't even worry about that in the beginning, right? If you're longing and shorting and you're starting with a few coin pairs, your leverage should not be higher than 5x, 10x at the most, and you should never allow yourself to get liquidated. Your stop loss is what determines your loss, and your take profits is what determines your reward, okay? And if you are losing more money than you should be because you're using high leverage, you are not trading, you are gambling. 2 different things, and you need to go back to the drawing board and you need to, get back on that, all right? You need to get back on that. Yeah, factor fees into your risk management. That's the truth, man. All right. What's the name of this playlist? The name of this playlist is called Thieves Hype Music. Thieves Hype Music. Alrighty, let's take a look at what is Bitcoin doing here. Let's get back to the charts, y'all. Alright, so she's holding the low, right? Low volume, low volatility. I'd say it's a Friday afternoon. Don't be surprised if we get a short squeeze here. Okay. Is that a 12-minute div? Someone wants to know. No, that is not a divergence. That is a convergence. All right. Convergence. So this is not necessarily the best setup. I would honestly wait for this low to be taken, guys. If this low gets taken here, right now, that gives me another long setup. I'll be honest with you. Because Bybit never took the low. So this right here, this is actually a long trade I would be interested in. This is a convergence. We want to see price and the momentum do the opposite, right? So yeah, this is honestly like this kind of thing. Obviously, we could squeeze up from here because of this, but that's not the highest probability signal. Highest probability signal would be we continue to range here. Okay? We range here a little bit more, and then we take that low, and then we get the short squeeze with a bullish divergence, right? With the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man-breast pattern. That's really what we would want to see here for a juicy long entry. In my opinion, again, I don't know anything. I'm just the guy in the treadmill. But that would be a nice long setup in my opinion, right? Alts didn't drop much. Just Bitcoin dropped significantly. Yeah, well, we have to think that Bitcoin has not shown any real signs of weakness. Right, we have not shown any real signs of weakness here. So yeah, so far Bitcoin has not dumped significantly. Okay, we're still maintaining bullish market structure. We've not made a lower low on any significant time frames. So yeah, there's no real reason right now for alts to dump. If Bitcoin starts to lose 40K and then puts in a lower high, then we're going to see alts bleed. Because once people are convinced that the pullback's real, then we're going to see alts bleed. All right, but until then, do I only trade crypto? No, I also trade indices on BingX. So I haven't traded in a while, but we did give in the Casper crew the epic long trade from the bottom S&P 500. I closed it out once we hit that all-time high in the ES. I don't only trade Bitcoin, I trade other altcoins as well. Primarily, I trade Bitcoin. Primarily, I trade Bitcoin. All right. All right, guys. Well, it is a Friday afternoon. I am going to head out. May you guys all be blessed in Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. May God bless you. May you have a wonderful weekend. Remember to take some time off the charts. God first, then family, then work, and all this other stuff that we do, guys. Maintain a balanced life. I pray everybody stays healthy and blessed in multiple ways. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Peace.